Hello everyone, welcome back. So today what we'll be trying to do, I haven't done it beforehand, but this is something I found on r/processing on Reddit called folding triangles from uh, Tig Optimist05. I'll be linking down this post in the description down below. So hopefully we are able to reproduce something similar. I won't be making it with the kind of red and blue effect. I'll just be making it pretty simply just white and black. So let me go on whiteboard, explain my thoughts on how I want to go about doing this sketch. So we have our, let's do a square, right? So he has a square and he has basically three triangles, right? Uh, well, mines are not to scale, but it doesn't matter. Okay. Let's only take a quadrant of this sketch to begin with, and we'll just reproduce this quadrant for all of them. So let me redraw it over here. So this is just a quadrant of the sketch, right? So there is, okay, so let's say this section is starting, so I'm thinking in my head we have two triangles, right? One that is already folded and one that is currently being folded. So folding, right? So the one that is already folded, either let's call it one, right? So the first triangle is the one that is already folded in this case. It is black, let's say, and it is at, well, let's say this is 0, 0, just for the sake of it. So it is 0, 0 width and width 0 height and height 0 width. So in this one is black, right? And this and the background of this section of this space, the background needs to be the same color as this already folded one, right? So we'll do black, right? And here is the white one, which we'll call the second triangle, right? The one that is being folded, right? Folded. Hopefully you can see this. I believe you can, so that's good. And this one is white. And it is not folded. Yeah. Okay, right. So this one is, let's say, it doesn't matter. These 2 points are at the same place as the ones from this one, right? The only point that would change with time is this specific point of the triangle. So this point, I'm thinking of lerping this point up to this point, basically lerping a value, meaning like getting a certain value in between those two values. In this case, it's a point. So for x and y, we'll lerp the value into this corner over here. And this will be like over the draw loop. We'll basically lerp, add a little bit to the lerp. So every time through draw, let's say. And whenever it reaches 0, I'm thinking whenever it reaches 0, we should take this one and set back this value to this one and redo this whole lerping thing with the new one. So let me see if I can reproduce what I'm thinking in my head. And we might want to change the background as well whenever we get back there, right? So not much explanation today. The other one, the previous one was a big one, but today I wanted to do something simpler. So let's see if we can achieve similar result to what they have on Reddit. All right, so I have a blank canvas over here. And right now we'll just do the quadrant and then we can just copy it for 4 quadrants, I guess, or we can keep it for a single quadrant. It doesn't really matter. Whenever we'll get one quadrant, the principle will have been completed, what we want to achieve. So that's my main goal. So let's start with setting variable for the background color. So let background, or I'll call it let bg, and to start with, let's say it's black. Let t1. I'm really going bare bones, like really simple today. No class, no nothing, just basic object. Well, I guess they are kind of classes, but it doesn't matter. It's going to be pretty simple. So T1, we said color black, and the lerp. I'll just color 0. The lerp amount, or it's going to have x, which will be it's going to have let's say x and y, and this will be for the single point that moves. The other 2 points are going to be pretty much fixed, right, in place. So I'm fine with x and y. Okay, and I'll create this object in the setup function. So over here, so this is t1 equals this. So x should be equal to, so it's already folded, this one, right? So 0, 0, so the corner, right? And we can call this one, let's say, folded equal true. I'm not sure if I'm going to use that value, I'm just putting it there. And let's do t2, going to be pretty much, and we'll have the lerp. Maybe we don't need the lerp, actually. Maybe the lerp could be set in here. Maybe it's like a global lerp. So t2, we can say maybe folding instead. Maybe I'll rather use that. So not a lot of explanation. We'll try to just do something and see if it sticks. So throw something at the wall, see if it sticks. I'm kidding, don't do that. But that's the approach for today, at least. This will be T2. Folding, so this one is false. It's already folded. I guess we could have stayed with folded, doesn't matter. And this is going to be width and height. And okay, that's good. Color 0, that's good. Okay. No, never mind. Color, it's 1. Great. So over here, let's just do let lerp, lerp amt for lerp amount equals 0 to start with. I think we'll do it like that. Sure, that's fine. Okay, so now we'll have the draw loop. The draw function, which basically is called repetitively, I guess. So we'll do background, and our background, the setup is not really needed. I could leave it here, it doesn't matter. We'll keep the frame rate at 10 for the moment, and we'll just move it, set it back to what it is. Okay, so we'll say current equals, so let, or const, it doesn't matter, const current will be the one that is currently folding, and that is currently being folded, and const other will be the one that is already folded. Sure, that's fine. So what we'll do is basically a ternary. We'll do twice the ternary. I know this is not optimized, but it doesn't matter. So we'll do T2. We'll do if T1 dot folding, then it is T1, right? Otherwise, it's T2, right? And I guess I could just have let current instead. Yeah, that would be maybe better, and let other. I'm going with this for right now, and we can always optimize the code later on. It's totally doesn't matter. Okay, and let other, it's going to be T2 and T1, like that, right? So current If T1 is folding, then T1 is the current. If T1 is folding, then T2 is the other. That is, I believe, good. So we want the other color to be the background. Color, there we go. It's good, that makes sense. Now we'll do lerp plus equals some value, I don't know, maybe like 0.01. So it's moving at 1%. Every time true draw, maybe that's not enough, maybe 5% will do, we'll see. And we'll say like if lerp amount, right? If lerp amount is equal or is greater or equal to 1, then switch the ones that are currently folding, right? So current, and do we need to reset as well the location? Give me just a second. Let me take a look back at this, right? So let's just look at this corner one that is over here, right? So it is folding, and then whenever it is reached its destination, the other should move back. Yes. Okay, we'll do that. Okay, so we won't be moving its value. Okay, so current should equal, well, current shouldn't equal anything. So what we could do is just if current is, so it's really not going to be optimized. So if current equals T1, then do T1, or I could just update current directly, right? So current equals current.x equals 0, current.y equals 0 as well. I guess we could do it really simpler than this, but that's fine. I'm okay with that. And current dot folding equals false. And then let's change it for other as well. So other, and other, and this will be true. And x is going to be the width. This is really not the best way to do it, but it's fine. We're just making it work right now. Throwing stuff at the wall, seeing if it sticks. Okay, that's good, perfect. And we want to set back the lerp amount to 0. So right now we should just see it switch between white and black, I believe. Let me do something a little bit more drastic, I guess. 10%. Okay. Let's see. Let's console log lerp. Okay. 7, 8, 9, 10, 1. Lerp amount is greater than or equal to 1. Then current is now equal folding to false, and other should be true. So this should switch, right? That should make sense normally, I think. I would think, at least. Let me put this back to, let's say, 10. 1% every frame. So it's going to 1, and it should go back to 0. There we go. Let's see. Did it go back to 0? It did. Okay, now I'm just wondering why the background didn't change its color. Oh yeah, I mean, it makes sense. It's 255, right, the color. Now it should change. So let me put it back to 10. Yes, okay, great, awesome. So let me stop this because this strobing, I don't think a lot of people like it. Okay, great. We'll close the DevTools. Okay, so now the only thing that we need to do is the lerping of the triangle. So we'll first draw the triangle triangle of the other, right? So other triangle. So it's going to be other dot. So the first two, we can say they're always the same, which will be first x will be width, and this will be 0, and then it'll be 0 and then height, and then it's going to be other dot x, other dot y, I believe, and we'll do fill, and we'll do no stroke, and we'll put the no stroke in the setup function. I don't think I care to have it in here, right? We're not going to use stroke for our example, so at all, so it's always going to be no stroke. Okay, and fill is going to be other dot color, right? So it's normal, it's black for right now, but whenever we see it change, oh well, I guess it's just going to all switch to black, white, right? Yeah, okay, so that's good. Okay, now what we need to do here is just have current, not really complicated, current color, and instead of being, so this, the first two are going to be the same, but then it's going to be current dot x. Well, this is just going to split it in half, split the canvas in half. Yep, it's good. That's what we wanted. But now let me just put these two on new lines because they are the one that are going to be lerped. So we're going to use the lerp function and lerp from current.x to, I guess, other.x, right? So it needs to match the other. And the lerp amount, right? So like that. I think it will work. As we can see, it should go to right to 0. Switch. Yeah, I think it is correct. So let's see. Let's copy this. Let's put it here. Let's replace x with y. There we go. Let's see. And moment of truth is here. Yeah, I think it is it. Great, that's it. So I think we're pretty much done, if I'm not wrong. I would like to slow this down, right? Oh, can we go through every frame? No, we cannot. Well, we can see it here, right? So it's a little bit more nicer of a visual to have the highlights, which makes it seem 3D. It might be. I really have no clue if they've done it with 3D, but ours is definitely not. And it's moving a lot faster, right? So maybe like this, right? A little bit chunky, right? But I believe this is just because our frame rate is a bit low, but now it's going too fast, so we might want to do like maybe 1% is fine now, right? So there we go. So there we go, and there we go. So now we could just copy this 3 times, rotate those, paste them there, I guess, or we could just do this 3 times and rotate everything the 3 times, right? We do that. So I'll leave that exercise to you, for you to do this, but this is the end result. Definitely not a long video today, but hopefully this inspires you to create something different with it. Maybe you don't use triangle, maybe you use some different shape, maybe you reproduce the actual 4 triangles, right, that are flipping together, one after another, right? So you could do something like just like which one is the current one being used by the lerp. Again, this is not an optimal solution at all. I was thinking of stuff to make it better, but it doesn't matter. That's fine for my purpose, right? So you could technically just draw one single triangle, which you just well, in this case, one single triangle. But if you do the four triangles, but you could do just the triangle that is moving, and then the background, it's going to be the same, right? The fill color of this triangle is the same as the background. So technically, you could just remove the second the other triangle, right? If I were to do this, there we go. You see, it's still working as it should be. So that's another option. So hopefully you like this video. I know it's a bit different. I mean, it's shorter. It's not really a interesting sketch maybe for you, but I would hope for you to make it interesting for yourself. And give me suggestion on what you would like to see in future videos. Link me some Wikipedias for me to look at, some other videos for me to inspire myself with, or some Reddit threads, right? So thank you for watching. See you in the next video. Bye bye.